Welcome to another Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review. Today it is Happy Birthday, Zack. Wrong Zack, close. But today, this is one of the last episodes of the VHS set that I've mentioned numerous times. As always, we're going to do an episode review and then a monster rating for the Monster of the Week. Please give the video a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe. So, Zack is, all the other Rangers minus Zack are getting ready for a surprise birthday party for Zack at Ernie's. They have a Cake-O-Matic and it's going a little crazy. Billy must not be as smart as he claims to be. But Rita, of course, notices it is Zack's birthday and decides that she wants to give him a present. And it is the Knasty Knight. We'll get into him in a moment. But Zack shows up. He's looking for the Rangers. Ernie basically says, they're not here. I'm here all by myself. And, of course, Bulk and Skull come, kind of mess around with the banners, run into some poles, being general bullies as always. We do have a very interesting moment here at the shop where Ernie says that first of all, he heard the Power Rangers are real people, and two, he says that that they're going to do for Angel Grove what Batman has done for Gotham City. Confirmation that Power Rangers and Batman are in the same universe? I think so. And then Jason, of course, tries to throw him off the trail, saying that he heard they were aliens, which I guess in some respects is also true, since we do have the Alien Rangers coming up in a couple seasons. But just thought that was interesting with the Batman connection there. So the Knasty Knight is who Rita is going to be sending out today. They apparently used him on Tarnak 3 to defeat one of their finest warriors. They actually use some of the Zoo Ranger footage here of them fighting the Black Ranger from there. And Zack comes into the store the next day. Oh, excuse me, I should say the night beforehand, before Zack's actual birthday. We have like a Finster and Babu. They're out there like actually physically making a sword and doing a spell. So not the normal clay making that they put it through the little oven for the monster. It's a different process here. So that's kind of interesting. Rita does cast a spell to make the Knasty Knight. I put the Black Knight, but it's the Knasty Knight. And Zack, of course, goes to school the next day. He walks up to Kim and is kind of like, hey, does anyone look older to you? And she's playing dumb, of course, because she doesn't want to ruin the surprise. And I should say Zack has an awesome baseball jersey on right here. It's got like a black X on one of the sides and a black trim, but a white jersey. I would rock that jersey. Don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looked awesome. And he gets very upset that his friend doesn't remember his birthday. And the gang reassures her that, once he notices that we had a surprise for him, he'll be fine. But what's interesting is Zack is then in the same clothes after walking away, like out in like a mountain area. So I guess he just skipped school for the day. Not exactly a good role model there, Mr. Zachary. I think is it Taylor? Is that his last name? But so I don't know if he did school, but anyway. The bad guys show up. Squat is actually, he has like a video recorder for some reason that he's recording it. There's like a weird explosion that comes out of that. But of course, the Black Knight, or excuse me, the Knasty Knight is there to fight. Zack has a very simple, kind of sleek design. A shield, which, it looks like a knight. Shield, black and gold, always look good together, as you can tell. So that nice design, very simple. Like I said, it's kind of just looks like a knight, but it's what it's supposed to be. We do find out, because the other Rangers do show up, of course, that his weapon, he has like some kind of acid that destroys their weapon when he's fighting them. And the Knasty Knight actually, once they stop him, they of course would get big. Megazord shows up. And he even messes up they have a really good sword duel, so he's actually holding one-on-one, holding his own with the Megazord. But it's eating away the acid from the Megazord. And what's interesting is he defeats the Megazord. It's like laying down, and they find out they didn't really explain how, but basically they determined that the energy that they were using was bouncing off of him and coming back towards him. maybe the shield or the armor. I don't know. But they basically decide we need to reflect his energy when he tries to attack us back at him, and they do this with like an I-beam cannon from the Megazord. So a new little tool there, which was interesting. And of course, they get a new Megazord. They take the Black Knight, the Knasty Knight out. So I will say, and of course, surprise party occurs. Keiko-Matic still is on the frets. Little dance party, some nice little music. Everyone's happy. A good episode, a decent episode. The one that I always watched a lot, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. It's one of the 5 that they had on the original VHS set that they kind of sold, where they had one for each Ranger. This, of course, was Zack's, and we only have one more. I think next week, with No Clowning Around, is the last of the VHS sets. But a decent episode, but let's go ahead and get into why everyone's really here. Our one-of-a-kind monster rating system. There are 5 categories that we look at. That's the look or the design of the monster. That's one. The powers that the monster has. The plan, how we're going to take out the Rangers. The success, how well they do at executing that plan. The voice of the monster. And then, of course, we'll add it all up for the total. It is 5 points is the max you can get in one particular category. So 5 times 5. 25 would be the greatest monster ever, and 5 would be the worst. So for the look, I gave it a 4. Again, very sleek, black and gold combination always looks great. And you could argue a 3. It does kind of have some generic qualities to it, but I like the color combination, and so I gave it a 4. Powers. I said 3. Most of it is based on the expert swordsmanship that the Knasty Knight has, and so that's kind of hard to rate on a scaling system, because normally it's lightning beams and turning into something more supernatural powers. But he does have the acid spray that does denigrate their weapons. So I gave him a 3 for powers. You could talk me up to a 4. For the plan, I actually gave this a 4 for a variety of reasons. One, we actually went and had to do this crazy. I guess there were 3 things that led to this. First was that we're using a monster that we know is effective. It's destroyed the finest warrior on another planet, so nothing wrong with recycling villains in that regard. It's been effective, so that's good. Plus, it's a whole completely different creation method, so I like that was different. And also, we're attacking Zack not only on his birthday, just to play that mental mind game, but also we're attacking him while he's alone, specifically trying to single out one of the Rangers. So I gave it a 4. And for the success, a 4. He messes up the weapons. He takes out the Megazord, essentially. They have to use this new laser I-beam cannon in order to defeat him. So anytime you got to pull out a new bag of tricks, I'm always going to give you some extra points. And he does it all without really any help from Goldar or any of the other people. So a 4 for success. And for the voice, 2. Just a lot of grunting, nothing really else going on, but at least was very dark and foreboding grunting. So overall, I gave the Knasty Knight a 17. So an upper echelons, or at least above average monster of the week. Well, let me know what you thought on about this episode. Did we properly rate the Knasty Knight? And just all that good stuff. Thank you again for checking out Podcast Named Tim. As always, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we are going to be doing more Power Ranger reviews, but whether it be Beast Morphers, Mighty Morphin, Mandalorian reviews, and more coming. And when Dino Fury does come out, whenever that is next year, we'll be doing that as well. So see you next time on A Podcast Named Tim.